Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. How was your weekend? Let me know how did it go and whether you feel all energized and excited to start the new week and start creating the business and life you want. Today, I want to talk about good habits, but especially two keys to make the habits easier and kind of like secrets to successful habits. So, habits are things we do almost subconsciously without losing a lot of energy and without having to will ourselves to do it. And when we create many good habits in our lives and in our businesses and replace maybe the bad habits we have with them, truly consistency and doing things that we need to do to be successful becomes easy. It just becomes second nature. As James Clear said, so the author of Atomic Habits, is that we don't rise to the level of our goals, but we fall to the level of our systems. And habits are those systems in the day to day, working in your business and even in your life. Okay. So now there is ways to create habits and so on, but I want to talk about those two keys. So the first key is discipline. So once you choose a behavior or a good thing that you want to do, that you want to turn into a habit, of course, you need discipline to stick with it in the beginning, especially to make it a habit, right? It takes about 3 weeks. There's different schools about it, but that's a good benchmark, about 3 weeks to turn a behavior that is very intentional, that requires in the beginning the most energy and focus out of it into a habit that then becomes an action that it's easy to do. We kind of do it automatically and it doesn't require as much energy. And that's the beauty of the habit, right? Because it then doesn't require as much energy. We can just sustain it for consistently forever. But the discipline needs to be there. So the second key is flexibility. So as much as we need discipline, we also need to be compassionate with ourselves and be flexible to sometimes adjust the habit to our changing life or circumstances. You know, the famous Pareto rule, 80-20, works everywhere, meaning 80% of the time, the habit that we have, that we develop, will work perfectly in the way we operate, right, day to day. And there will be 20% of the times where it won't. And that's okay. That's normal. That's part of life. So being compassionate with yourself and being flexible allows you to adjust the habit for the 20% of the time and still maintain it or get back to it as soon as you can. Okay. Because I'm of an opinion that we want the habits or anything we create in our business or life work for us, not against us. And we don't need to twist ourselves into a pretzel to fit a certain thing, right? We can change that thing to adjust to us. So the best example is, for example, is that when you go on vacation or in special times such as Christmas or some holidays or whatever, you might have a habit of morning routine. And that habit is established based on, let's say, your home and what you have in your home and the space that you have and so on. And it's not a problem for you to do when you're at home. However, when you go on vacation, you go visit family, you go in business and so on, that habit in the exact format you do it at home, it might be very hard to do while you're away, right? So being flexible and thinking ahead and thinking, okay, if I want to keep that habit, but when I'm away, the space will be different. I might not have everything I need to there. How can I change it? How can I adapt it to keep it, not to lose it, but also make it easy for myself? That's what that flexibility is. All right. So if you have a habit you want to develop, or if you're struggling to keep the habit or grow the habit, then think about those things. do you have enough discipline to stick with the behavior or the actions you want to take in order to turn them into a habit? And two, do you have a flexibility, or are you flexible enough, compassionate with yourself enough to adjust it when required? 80-20 rule. Now, one last thing before I go. If you do want to develop a good habit, and now that summer is slowly coming to an end for some of you, depending on where your kids are when you are in the world, you might be getting back to school or back to business, back to work, and you want to establish some good habit. I have a free challenge that I recorded some time ago in creating one good habit for good. So I'm going to post the link of that challenge for you wherever you're listening or watching to this Motivational Monday. With one video a day for 21 days, I will help you establish any good habit you want. All right. Have a fantastic week. Bye.